Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Sarah. I'm coming to you from Northeast Ohio, just east of Cleveland. And today I am determined for it to be a short, quick update. I have been coming to you guys every week, and it's been such a joy to be able to actually do that and figure out somewhat of a schedule. I'm still trying to balance like when I do this versus when I'm working with my new job and schedule. Excuse me. But Mondays seem to be working out okay last week, this week. I don't know if that's a great day for the world of YouTube, but I'm a little limited, so I'm working with what I got. I don't really have too many updates, so let's get this party started. I have a very exciting update though. I have finished my Felix cardigan. I'm calling it finished. I'm not showing it yet because it's not super finished. It's finished. I just need to weave the ends in. I need to block it, and then I want to find buttons. So all the knitting is done. So I'm calling it finished. But that's why it's not on me. That's why I'm not showing it today. I love it so much. I love it so much. I was very hesitant to start the button band because, again, I only have one other experience with a button band on a V-neck cardigan, and it was with super bulky yarn, and it's a new thing for me, so I just wasn't sure how it was going to work out. But the pattern is great. You knit it, which I don't know if this is like all button bands. I guess I just assumed that it was done in one go round back and forth, but this one was actually in 3 separate pieces. You did the band on the left side, you did the button band on the right side, and then you picked up and did the neck ribbing. So 3 separate parts, which means more ends to weave in, but that is fine. It looks really nice. I'm really happy with it. I cannot wait to get it blocked just to see what happens. I know I don't have a lot of expectations, it being an acrylic yarn, but I did find that with my Haw Creek pullover, which was also mostly acrylic yarn, it didn't do anything necessarily to the size, but it did relax the stitches. So I'm excited to see what happens blocking my Felix cardigan. So hopefully that's actually presentable and wearable and on me next week. We'll see. I should be able to get it done. My other finished object is not in my lap. Is my broken rope socks, which were pretty far done last week. And then I jokingly was like, I might be able to get these done in the next 2 days. And I totally did. I recorded on a Monday and I finished them on Tuesday. I normally do not knit socks that fast. But I was just obsessed with these. I don't know. I don't know if I did a shorter leg than normal. I mean, I did do a shorter leg than normal, but not by that much. So these are done. These were my March colorway from my sock squad month. So that was pretty exciting. And then works in progress. Or I guess super quick update about things I had talked about frogging last week. I did frog my Whiteshell cardigan. It's not a cardigan. My Whiteshell tank. And I thought that I would have restarted that this week, but I just didn't quite prioritize the time, I guess. So that has been officially all ripped out though. That's ready to go. I did actually do a swatch though. Why did I do that? Oh, because I measured gauge before I had ripped it out, and my gauge was so off. Like, I knew I was a tight knitter, but I don't really pay that much attention with my crochet projects, but I guess I really need to. It was such a tight gauge, which also attributes to why it did look so, like, small on me, even though I was knitting a smaller size. So I ended up doing a gauge with a hook size larger. I think I was using a G hook, which is what, like a 4, is it a 4 or a 4.25 millimeter? But anyway, I did a quick little gauge with that, and I liked it much better. I liked the fabric much better, and I am certain I hit gauge with that. So I'm going to use that larger hook and make the actual size I intended. And hopefully that'll be a nice like finished object for spring and summer. So I might try to get that started this coming week. But I am still on a huge kick of sweaters, just finishing my Felix cardigan. I just literally want all the sweaters, like, so bad. So I don't know how I'm going to manage my upcoming plans, but you know, whatever happens, happens. I did also rip out, I showed you actually last week, I had ripped out The Simple Thing by Melina Brell, which is like I don't want to say a dupe of a Sophie scarf because I feel like, or a Sophie shawl, because I don't want to discredit her, but it's similar to. I don't own the Sophie shawl. I don't know what the pattern details are, but it is similar to. So I did rip that out, and I did restart that. And it's coming along fantastically. I am over halfway done. So there's my point. And it should be totally long enough. This is like my halfway point. I normally just wear things around like this. And so it's right there. So that should be totally long enough to at least be able to do a little knot underneath. And then when I block it, again, this is acrylic as well, but I might try to stretch it a tiny bit and see if I can get things to relax a little bit better. I did go, where's my, so when I talked about this last week, I had issues in terms of running out of yarn well before it was going to be done, even though I went through one ball halfway and then was using a second ball to do all my decreases. So I did stop like multiple stripes, or I guess I did multiple stripes on the decrease section before having to add in my second ball. So there should not be a reason why I do not have enough yarn this time around, but you know, such is my luck. Who knows? We'll see. But it's still a very pleasurable knit. It's a very easy, simple pattern to follow. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I did remember also to keep track of my time that it takes me to knit this. I did re-download Yarnly, Yarnly, the app, which allows you to import your Ravelry project onto it and keep time of that project for free. There are 2 other subscriptions available, and I may very well look into those a little bit more. I know that one of them allows you to then import your information back to Ravelry so that everything stays synced up on Ravelry end. So I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. But I was just excited that I remembered to keep track of this. I don't quite remember how long this has taken me. I probably will not share that every week with every project. I'll just do that at the end when it's completed. And I am going to try really hard to also start including my final costs of projects. I always find that to be very interesting, for not for any particular reason, but when other people include that information. So I'm going to try really hard to do that going forward as well. There is some yarn from Deep Stash, like this yarn, that I really, it's so old. I don't remember. I don't have it available on any of my like account information from where I purchased it from or anything like that. And I don't have the receipts. So there's not going to always be the possibility to do that, but I am going to do it when I have the information. So that's that guy. And then my other new cast, well, that one wasn't a new cast on, but it was like a recast on. But new cast on, I am doing, or using, I should say, the Felici yarn. And this is the colorway Frankie. And I cast on the Fidget Socks, which is a free pattern by Amy Stranger, by Amy. I am doing these 2 at a time, but on separate needles. They are, oh my gosh, they're really, really tangled. How I don't even know how this happened. Okay, there we go. So I'm doing them 2 at a time. And what is happening? Oh my God, I don't know. We're gonna just go with it. This is where I'm at. All that just for that. Oh my gosh. So it's a really fun pattern. This sample that I saw, at least in the project page, was in a stripe pattern, and I just thought how fun to do that. There are not a lot of patterns that I like for striped socks. Like, I'll typically just do a vanilla sock. So I was really excited when I stumbled upon this and saved it for the next time I was going to do a self-striping. And then it was just now because I just wanted to, right? I just looked at my little yarn. I have a yarn cupboard thing over here that has all my sock yarn in it. And I just was looking through there, and I just wanted something that wasn't going to require a lot of thinking. And this requires some. You have to keep track of where you are. But it's been really fun. It's been really, really fun. I do get pretty anal also about having my striped socks match up. So I did make sure that they were starting at the same point. And we're going strong on those. These are really fun. I also did remember to keep track of my time for these socks as well. The only thing I don't like so far about keeping track of my time is I find it hard when I'm taking like a project out with me, if it's, you know, like running errands with my husband or at my son's karate. Well, that one's not too hard because I'm not like moving around, but times when I'm just like picking it up quickly and putting it down quickly, I haven't enjoyed using it for that because it's just like too much to then like open my phone back up, you know, get to the app, stop the timer and all of that. So I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to, how do I want to say this? I like keeping track of my time. I think that it'll be very interesting in the long run. But I will not do it for every project. Like projects that I feel may be more portable, I might not do that because it's just a little bit more of a nuisance. But I'm going to try to do it for the majority of my projects. Or I'm going to do it for the projects that I know are going to be staying at home. Does that make sense? Yeah, go with it. Go with it. Such as this next cast on. I just started these 2 nights ago, and I'm using this yarn. And this is a yarn called Electric Fairy Dust, and it's by Yarnable, which is a subscription service. This is a collaboration that they did, was it last year or maybe even the year before, with a pattern designer. So you bought this yarn, it was a mystery skein, and you got the pattern, and then it was for like a big scarf. I tried to do the scarf, but I don't want to sound like negative. I wasn't in the right headspace for it. It's a lace pattern, and it was just like a lot going on in the pattern, and I just needed something more simple. And the more I looked at the pattern photo with this yarn, I just didn't like the combination of the two, because this is a very busy yarn, and I feel like it didn't lend very well to the intricacy of the pattern. So I definitely am interested in still knitting the pattern. I just think I want to do it with a tonal, and not like anytime soon. Like, it's not on my radar at all, but I have it, so I would like to knit it at some point. So anyway, that was a very long story just to say that I was going to our son's play at our high school. My 2 older ones are in theater. One of them does props, and one of them is on the makeup crew. So we were going to a theater performance, and I didn't want to take my fidget socks with me because I was worried that I would lose track of what round I was on. So I just wanted some vanilla socks. I don't have a lot of hand-dyed yarn pre-caked up. I leave it in the hank until I'm ready to use it. So I was going just to grab like a Croy sock or another Felici. And then I saw this and I was like, well, this is perfect. This will be a fun vanilla sock. This coloring is very busy, so I would not have ever knit it into a textured sock anyway. So vanilla sock, cast on, and here we go. So this is how it's working up. And I am I'm done with my leg, so I am on my heel right here. I am doing a strong heel, which is it also called a Flegel heel? I don't know, but I'm going with strong heel because that's what I know it to be. Strong heel was just introduced to me a couple socks ago by Carly. Is her last name Paige, I think? She had a testing call for her first ever pair of socks that I had the opportunity to be able to test knit for her, and she used the strong heel in there. So I've just been using those directions for this. It's a really, really simple heel, and I love the way that heel fits me. So I decided to do that for this. Now I will not use the Flegel heel or strong heel with every sock because, again, I'm weird about things, so I really don't like the way it knits up with some things. Whatever, that's why 1,000 different heels exist, right? So this is where I'm at with this, and that is that. So those are all of my projects. We've talked about my plans. I have had no yarn come in. I'm still waiting for my Homespun House, the Blanket Club yarn, to come in. I have no idea how long shipping takes from Germany, so I'm not anticipating that anytime soon. And when it gets here, it'll be a great little surprise. And then I will cast that blanket pattern on. Besides that, I just have some books to talk about if you have a few minutes. Last week I finished, this past weekend, I finished Mad Honey, which is a book by Jodi, is it Picoult or Picoult? Picoult. I've read a few of her other books as well, so I already knew I liked her as a writer. This book was fantastic. I don't recall when it was written and published, but it was just so good, and without spoiling anything, it deals with it deals with things that it discusses. I shouldn't say deals with, I feel like that's a negative connotation. It discusses issues that are still present, very much unfortunately present today. It was just a really, really, really great book. I highly recommend it. And I, again, listened to it and I loved the narrator of the book. Fantastic. 5 stars from me. And then I'm currently listening to We Solve Murders by Richard Osman. He writes the Thursday Murder Club. This is his second series. It has nothing to do with Thursday Murder Club, although I do feel definitely like there are some interlaced characters discussed. I'm not finished with Thursday Murder Club, but just how my books were available from the library, this one came up next. So super enjoyable. I, again, have already listened to 2 of his other books, so I know I like him as a writer. Very much enjoying this book as well. And that's it, you guys. In and out in 20 minutes. What do you think of that? I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you all next week. And, all the things. All right, bye-bye.